Okay, so we have this new infant declaration form, and I just want to review it with you guys real quick. Um, that way, it'll help minimize some frustration for you and the parents and gain some helpful insight and reduce some return forms as well. So, just one thing changed on it, but we'll just go ahead and review all of it. So, the first thing is at the top, you've got your center name. So, that can be pre populated even before you give it to the parents to fill out. That way, it's already there. Then section 1 is going to be the infant's name and their date of birth, the parent's name, and then any food allergies that the children may have. In section 2, then the next one is going to be the infant formula that your center provides. And so, no matter whether the parent is going to select for you to provide the formula or not, this is another area that can be pre-filled out prior to you giving them this infant declaration. This is you giving them information as to what is offered by the center so that they can make an informed decision. It is also kind of information in that the sense that if for any reason they run out of formula, that this is what is going to be provided to their children in the event that they do not have any parent provided formula at the center. So it is informational in twofold that this is what is offered should they choose to elect it, but this is also what's going to be offered should they run out. So it kind of covers you both ways. Then the next thing is that where they select who is going to provide what. So the first thing you need to know is that meals are reimbursed. TDA decides how meals are reimbursed. So as long as the parent is only providing one component, then the meal is reimbursable. But if the parent is providing two or more components, then TDA says that that meal is not reimbursable because the center is not providing it. And that's when you see that infant declaration that they or infant disallowance that they've been served ineligible components on your claims disallowances. So here's where we would fix that. So your first option for the parents is that the center is going to provide all components. If the center is providing all components, then they just need to check this box and then sign and date it at the bottom right here. Or if the parent is going to provide all the components, they need to check this box right here and sign and date it at the bottom. If the parent is providing the formula, right here in this line where it says parent provided formula, they must disclose the name of the formula that they are providing or the breast milk, whatever it is. It needs to be disclosed. The reason being is that TDA states discrimination wise, what you do for one child, you do for another child. And that infant iron fortified formula must be provided. So if you have a child that doesn't receive iron formula, we have to be able to explain why, and it's because a parent provides that formula. You obviously are going to write the name of that child's formula on the can when they bring it, and we have the infant declaration to say which formula goes to which child. So that covers the center in two ways: is to make sure that all children are receiving the appropriate formula, and as to explain as to why different children are receiving different components. Now, if they select both center and parent, that does not mean that both the center and parent are providing all components. It means that the parent has the ability to choose who is going to provide what component. They must select either or per component. So it's either center or parent for formula, and then the age groups over here need to be marked. It's either or for cereal, meats, fruits, and then crackers, and the ages need to be marked. And then it needs to be signed and dated. Now, the infant declaration was created to where they only need to complete it once between 0 to 12 months. So as long as the 0 to 5 and 6 to 12 or 6 to 11 is completed, then they don't have to update the infant declaration form again. However, if they only did 0 to 5, they would need a new infant declaration. If they marked on here, three things, they're going to provide the formula and the cereal and the meat, but then they come back and they're like, you see that you're providing all of this, then you would want them to update the infant declaration and put a new one on file so that the center can be reimbursed for what y'all are actually providing. So if it's center, you would mark these X's over here. If it's parent, you would put it over here. And again, it's either or. The reason why this form gets sent back most of the time is one, there's either not a parent provided formula name here, the age groups are not marked over here, or they mark both. And so they're saying, yep, both center and parent. Because some parents are like, yeah, I'll bring it, but I want you to supplement, or you can provide it, but I'll supplement. And parents think, well, because I'm going to bring something, I'm going to mark that I'm bringing something. And so what you can do here is say, okay, we can supplement with what you bring. However, because we are going to provide the cereal, the vegetable, and the meat, especially if they're transitioning to your table foods, let us serve them what we provide. And that way you're not being dishonest or distruthful in the disclosure or in your practices, and you can still mark center provided and then supplement with whatever the parent brings. And that way the parent's being honest, they feel like they're contributing, and you're being truthful and still providing the components and getting reimbursed for it at the same time. And then the parent would sign and date. So if you have any questions about the infant declaration form, please do not hesitate to reach out. I know that they get returned frequently, and so it's probably an area of frustration. But I'm here to clarify any questions if you have any.